of the Nerds, which was released in theaters July 20th, 1984. And as far as 80s comedies go, this has to be at the top of the list. Definitely at least top 5. It was tremendously successful too. It was made on a budget of $6 million and took in $40 million at the box office. Clearly, it was a hit. And I like this movie and all, but it's one of those movies where you think you've seen, but when you watch it again, you realize that maybe you didn't see it. You know, there's a lot of stuff you just don't remember about the film, but you could have sworn you've seen it. Well, this is one of those movies to me, because I've watched this again recently, and man, there's a lot of stuff I forgot about, to the point where I was like, man, have I even seen this movie before? And if I did, was I sober? For instance, I forgot how vulgar this movie is, because it is very much so, and it really deserves that R rating. And of course, there's that part where the main character, Lewis, pretty much rapes a girl. Now, everything turns out okay, as much as it can, I guess, but still, this is something that would never fly nowadays. And I also forgot that John Goodman is in this, and he plays one of the bad guys, which is a little unheard of for him. And I discovered that the actor who portrays Lewis, you know, the guy I brought up earlier, the guy who's sort of a rapist, well, anyways, the actor who portrays him is Robert Carradine. Yeah, he's one of the Carradines. I guess I just never realized that before. How many kids did John Carradine have? I mean, geez, was he trying to start a basketball team? And another thing I never realized before, but Larry B. Scott, the actor who portrays Lamar, is also a member of Cobra Kai in the original Karate Kid. That was such a box office bonanza that Revenge of the Nerds was destined to have a sequel. And it got one, with Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, which was released in theaters July 10th, 1987. And this did pretty damn good. It was made on a budget of $10 million and took in $30 million at the box office. Well, successful monetarily at least, and then the reviews came in. Yeah, they weren't too good. This movie is generally regarded as not as funny as the original and sort of falls into the sequels always suck category. And I gotta tell you, I enjoyed this movie, but they're right, it's not as funny as the original. Certainly not as vulgar. Seems like they were going for a family-friendly atmosphere, as this only got a PG-13 rating. Compare that to the hard R the first movie got, there's a stark difference. And you'll be glad to know that there's no rape scenes. So box office wise, this film was successful, which proved that people wanted to see a Revenge of the Nerds sequel. But you know what nobody wanted? Another Revenge of the Nerds sequel that was a made-for-TV movie. But wanted or not, that is exactly what we got, with Revenge of the Nerds 3, The Next Generation, which first aired on Fox July 13th, 1992. Now you might be asking, 92? Geez, isn't that a little late to rehash the Revenge of the Nerds series? Yes, it is! Yeah, no one really cared about this, but that didn't stop them from making Revenge of the Nerds 4, Nerds in Love. And yes, it's another made-for-TV movie. It first aired on Fox May 9th, 1994. And I really don't believe anyone even noticed. Now, Revenge of the Nerds is a pretty good movie, certainly deserved a sequel, but not 3 sequels. And if it's all the same to you, I'm not going to talk about those last 2 sequels. Just know that they were released on VHS, but you'll have to do your own research because I don't really care. Revenge of the Nerds would be released on VHS by CBS Fox Home Video in 1985, and CBS Fox Home Video would also release Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, in 1988. Both of these movies would be released again in 1996 as part of the 20th Century Fox Selections Collection. All of these distributions, including the last 2 sequels that I'm not talking about, are relatively easy to find today, at various prices, but the average seems to hover around $10. Not exactly cheap, but not exactly expensive.
Watch the full episode here, as well as other classic Captain Adams VHS pirate ship adventures. And please hit subscribe.